Best MP3 Player 2023. The best MP3 players might sound like old pieces of tech, but although several of their once trailblazing features can now be handled by your smartphone, this guide features several impressive music players that give you a reliable way to listen to high-res audio on the move, and better quality than you'd get from just your phone. Number 1. Kern A&ultima SP2000T. The Kern A&ultima SP2000T is the best portable music player you can buy right now. Yes, it's expensive, but if you want a premium digital audio experience while you're out and about, don't look or listen any further. The SP2000T sounds superb. 2 amplifier stages offer 7 distinct options, while no fewer than 4 DAC are deployed to handle 2 channels of audio information. The SP2000T is unconcerned by digital audio file size or type, and it will happily power any headphones you care to mention. The control interface is clean and responsive. The player itself is not so much built as sculpted, though it is too large to slip into your jeans pocket. Even the battery life is half decent. Number 2. Kern A&norma SR25 MKII. Give this A&K your music. Sit back and relax. If it doesn't wow you, we don't know what will. The A&norma SR25 MKII is a gifted digital audio player that will reignite your love of music. And unlike many of the A&K's more pricey players, one of which is listed directly above here, this one is small enough to put in a pocket and will keep you streaming, pinging, or downloading once treasured songs to it, just to see what it makes of them, as well as a new 4.4 headphone jack. The MKII unit. An update on the A&norma SR25, listed below in this guide, also boasts a new replay gain function to uniformly adjust volume playback from sound sources up to 24-bit/192 kHz. You're also getting a K file drop, first introduced in the pricier and future SE180 player for easier wireless file transfers, BT sync function for simpler connection of the SR25 MKII to an external Bluetooth device, and extra internal silver-plated shielding to protect from electromagnetic interference. Although it hasn't been shouted about, 4 new and quite different sounding DAC filters are also on board, which will work if listening in 24-bit/192 kHz or less PCM. Although they will work in MKII and SD formats, and they certainly have value and scope for customization at the level. Number 3. A&DPX1A. The A&DPX1A isn't the most compact device on this list, but we think it's one of the best MP3 players you can buy, offering lots of customizability, an intuitive interface, and fantastic sound. The DPX1A looks a little bit like a phone, but much thicker, with 2 audio ports, 1 headphone jack, and 1 balanced output for those interested in a cleaner and overall better quality sound. The device has an easy-to-use volume wheel, as well as physical playback buttons and 2 microSD card slots for those with a sizable collection of music. The player is built with the full version of Android 5.1, complete with features like Wi-Fi connectivity and the Google Play Store, which results in an MP3 player that is to Android what the iPod Touch is to iOS. Unlike the iPod, however, the A&DPX1A is built for super high-quality audio. Speaking of the sound quality, it's an absolute dream. It supports a range of music formats, including FLAC, OGG, WAV, MP3, ALAC, and more. In terms of hardware, the device has 2 chipsets, one to power the overall device, and one to handle the DAC and amplifier, resulting in a noise-free experience. Number 4. Kern AK Jr. The Kern AK Jr is the best mid-range MP3 player and a serious contender against the more expensive players on the list. You get 64 GB of onboard storage, and there's a microSD card slot if you want to expand it. It also supports major audio formats, including FLAC, WAV, MP3, OGG, AEF, and more, and it's able to play at sample rates of up to 192 kHz. The interface is easy to control. Tap through options using the touchscreen, and select the music you want to listen to. It could be more responsive, but you get used to it. Battery life is around 9 hours, which isn't amazing, but not terrible either. Music is dynamic and crisp, with a nice and powerful sound. The soundstage on these, when paired with a great pair of headphones, is huge. That's to say the left and right are clearly defined, while instruments placed at the center of a mixer give them plenty of room to breathe. We enjoyed the guitar solo on AC/DC Back in Black, while Eminem's rap on Lose Yourself cut straight through the mix, exactly the way it's supposed to. Number 5. SanDisk Clip Sport Plus. The best option for working out. This MP3 player is small and light, It only offers 16 GB of storage, and although that's not much in comparison to a phone, it still holds plenty of songs. Despite being built for sport, it supports a pretty wide range of audio formats, including MP3, AKG, FLAC, WAV, and WMA. During testing, we found the battery life is impressive at 20 hours. You also get Bluetooth, which is important for exercise so cables don't get in the way. The interface is dated, not as powerful as your smartphone, and it's not touch sensitive, but it's easy to navigate via hardware buttons that serve as playback controls. As long as you don't expect full audiophile level quality here, you'll find the sound very capable. We found it to be slightly muddy with a small dip in clarity, but for most people that won't matter, especially when you're out on a run or hitting the gym. Number 6. A&ultima Kern AK SR25. The A&ultima Kern AK SR25 is an impressive MP3 player that's designed to make your high-res audio files really sing, thanks to a new performance mode, support for balanced audio connections, and Bluetooth LDAC wireless compatibility. Because it has recently been superseded by the MKII variant above, which tweaks the build ever so slightly and adds a 4.4 headphone jack plus a replay gain function to uniformly adjust volume playback from sound sources up to 24 bits/192 kHz. You may see it slightly discounted, but it's a rare sight for A&K players. With an off-center design and aluminum body, it certainly looks the part, and its touchscreen is bright and easy to use. Inside the SR25 is the same dual Cirrus Logic CS43198 Master Hi-Fi level DAC as the new MKII model, while native support for DSD256 and 32 bit/384 kHz audio is more than enough to satisfy even the most discerning audiophiles. With Wi-Fi connectivity, you have access to streaming services including Deezer and Tidal, while Bluetooth aptX ensure listening with wireless headphones needn't sound inferior to wired connections. Number 7. Plenue D3. This is a small, light, and stylish MP3 player with a simple matchbox-like design and a big, wide screen. It's an upgrade on Kern's previous MP3 player model, this time with a volume dial, Bluetooth, and more features. It offers exceptional battery life. You'll get 45 hours of playback time with regular MP3 files and more than 30 hours with high-res files, which still beats most of the competitors on this list. It supports a huge range of formats, including DSD, DFF, DSF, ISO, FLAC, WAV, AEFF, ALAC, 8, MP3, WMA, AKG, and DCF. Music sounds brilliant, and with Bluetooth, you can listen on a range of different devices, although there's no Wi-Fi streaming available. Number 8. Sony W155L, a high-res MP3 player from Sony that's affordable, especially in comparison to some of the higher-end devices from the likes of A&ultima Kern. This MP3 player is short on storage with only 16 GB internally, but with a microSD card you can bump that up significantly. It boasts an impressive 45 hours of battery life and supports a wide range of formats. Sound is clear and powerful, and although it might not be the best out there, it's a huge improvement over listening to music on your phone. If you pair one of the devices in this buying guide with a set of the best headphones, you've got the ultimate in premium.